Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of On the Mic with Mike. I am your host, Mike Larkin, and joining me today is adult star, adult entertainer, content creator, Miss Juliana Dreams, a woman of many dreams. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. First and foremost, thank you so much for your time. And number two, for if you've not checked out Juliana's work on many different platforms, you kill it, man. Showcase that internal and external beauty. You have a lot of great content.
Thank you.
You are very, very welcome. So let's start out fresh here. Talk about getting into the adult entertainment industry because there's so many great ways from the entertainment aspect and content creation. What kind of gravitated you towards the adult film?
I was a dancer in LA for 6 years prior to the getting into porn. Um, really, I had a. It's funny because I had a friend send me screenshots from high school when they asked me what I wanted to do. I was like, I want to be a stripper and a porn star. Don't know why I wanted to, but once the pandemic hit, I got into OnlyFans, and then once the pandemic came out, I think it was 2023, the beginning of it, I was like, you know what? Fuck what people think. Fuck what my parents think. Fuck everybody. I'm just going to do what I want to do. Because I wasn't happy as a dancer. So I was like, let me try something that I know will make me happy. So that's what kind of got me into it. It's like I always watched porn growing up. So I was like, I'm going to do it. So I
First
did
of
it.
all, I respect the NFG no fucks given attitude because I got to say this. I think, well, I mean, when you're in the entertainment and you're in the stripper side of things, I mean, that's entertainment and you're being that person, but you're transitioning to adult film is a different form of entertainment from behind the camera, in front of the camera, what have you. It's yourself, but amplified and turned up to another volume. And I can respect the no fucks given attitude because I think if you're happy in this life and you're doing what you do and you love what you're doing and you're passionate about it, then go for it. And I mean, we all at our young ages and our teenage years to adulthood have our sexual urges and our preferences. So I think it's the right way to explore. You got to do it. I mean, I think you could concur with me that with
Like,
OnlyFans, like you mentioned with the pandemic and the ways of accumulating
yeah.
money now, it's so normalized. So it's not as taboo as
Yeah.
it was.
And my thing was, I grew up, I went to Catholic school up
Oh
until
wow.
middle school. So, and I grew up in a Catholic household. So being sheltered and all that kind of stuff, like you said, the sexual urges as like, especially when you're sheltered, they just amplify. So once I became an adult, I was like, I don't care what anybody thinks. Like, I want to do what I want to do. So I just did it.
No, I'm right there with you as well. I was raised Catholic. My uncle was is very much like that. Is very traditional, and it's almost like when you want to listen to, say, like for instance, you want to listen to like R&B music, but you're in secular. No, you got to listen to some gospel over here. It's like no, but I want to listen to some Mary J or
I
something
want to
over
listen.
here.
My mom would not let me, like. You remember the Now That CDs, like the Now
Hell yeah.
That. She would not let me buy those. Like I would buy them and she would break them. Oh yeah, it was yeah, it was bad. Like yeah, it was bad. I
Like
couldn't go out past 9 o'clock after I turned 18. It was like curfew. Couldn't have boys over. Boys couldn't call the house. So I'm like, and then I don't talk to my parents anymore, my adopted parents, but they probably were like, I knew it the whole time. And I'm like, well, that's what happens when you shelter a kid to that extent. Like they just start exploring shit.
no, you just put the image, and now I got to protect my now CDs because that's like if you like say you want to listen now, that's what I call music too. Came out in '98. You got your new radicals, you get what you give. You got your 98 Degrees, your Spice Girls on there. It's like
Thank you.
doggone it, I just want to listen to the
I just
CD.
nope, it cussed. My mom was like, nope, it's cussing. It has a curse words in it. Nope, can't listen to it.
All
Yeah.
right, if it helps anymore, I will say this because growing up, all right, I like that you're bringing this up because this is very relatable to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it's like when I was growing up, like for instance, now Eminem came out with that Abracadabra and the Houdini and what we saw. It's like, and I always say this about today, like have the Eminem that we had in '99 with
We
like the
can't.
Slim
We,
Shady
we
LP, the
can't.
Marshall Mathers.
Yeah,
This
we
is
can't.
tame than what we had back in the
This is,
day.
and thank you because people hated that song, and I'm like, we can't have Slim Shady now. He's too like the world's too soft for
No,
Eminem.
no, 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 you're fine, and I agree to that extent because I'm like, all right, now there's stuff in this world, and I will equate it to the adult entertainment industry. There's stuff in this world that is offensive and stuff that you could be appalled by. But I hate to tell you, folks, you can't be appalled and offended by everything. When Eminem stated what he did, like back in the '90s and 2000s, one of the things that they went after him for when they would crush his CDs and they would protest was the word faggot. Now, he was not refer. It's all about the context and how you say the word. He was
Yeah.
not referring to gay people. He was saying at it like a derogatory, like it was bad. It's whack. There's different contexts of how you use the word, and that's
Yeah,
how
but
he was using the word.
he can't use it now.
I
He
know.
can't.
It's
Yeah.
just it's the way it is.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting to me because again, I saw something that's very apparent. It's like when we were younger, like we talk about our parents here, we would listen to stuff like that and the parents would be like, "Oh my god, now it's like a role reversal. The parents are into it and now the kids are like, "What the hell?" you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's because I'm showing my age, but
No.
it's kids younger than people younger than me are having kids, and I'm about to be in my 30s, so it's like my parents are old. My parents are in their 60s, late 50s, early 60s. They grew up different, so I grew up different. I couldn't grow up in this I couldn't be a teenager in this generation right now. I
No,
wouldn't
well,
be.
first of all, don't apologize for showing your age. I just turned 32 about a couple months ago, so don't even worry about it. I'm ahead of you on that front.
I know I don't look like it, but I'm pushing 30.
Nah, well, first of all, you look great. Let's put that forefront. You're a beautiful human being. God dang it. But no, I'm right there with you because, again, with today's society and especially with the adult entertainment industry, I think it's great because, like you mentioned from COVID time period, how OnlyFans and many of its came into fruition and how we saw many different ways of accumulation of money. I mean, back in the day, like we had our, for God's sake, man, you go on Cinemax, Taxi Cab Confessions, followed by some Cat House, the series, and the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock adult entertainment movie that would have like Willow and Nicole Sheridan that you've probably seen for like the upteenth time, but it's them
Yeah.
all day, all every day, fucking. Excuse my language, but that's what they're doing. They're fucking folks. So it's something that we've gone from that to watching Skinamax to where we are now. So there's so many different things
Yeah.
that a lot of the even younger talent have missed that we had.
Yeah. I mean it's pretty normalized now. I feel like if you get offended by somebody stating that they're a porn star or that they're an adult content creator, that they're a stripper, or fuck it, even an escort, then you just need to get with the program because it's not going anywhere. It's one of the oldest professions. It's like, you know,
No,
porn's been around since God
I'm
knows how
right there.
long. It's not
I'm
going.
right there with you. No,
Yeah.
and what I like about how you worded that as well too as well. Well, you mentioned the operative word in sex work being work, and I mean you have to look at it like an art form. Like everything in life, life is an art form. We're all applying our crafts. Music's an art form.
Yeah.
Sex is an art form. Love is an art form. You have to look at it from that perspective. It's entertainment. It's a gravitational pull. It's evoking emotions. It's eliciting reactions. It's like any movie or any type of genre that you're into. Like that's how you have to really look at it. And I mean, some people will say what they will, but I think with your content, which we'll get into here, I think what I love about your content too as well, what transitions and transmogrifies onto the screen, you love what you do. You got that real deal sex appeal vibes. It's fun. You're a professional, and that showcases in your films. And that's what I really enjoy about seeing your content.
Thank you.
No,
Yeah.
you're very welcome. I know I got to say this first and foremost, man. We always talk about that internal and external beauty, but I think at the end of the day, with someone's being and foundation, which is one of the most apparent things to have, I think if you're going into this and like you talk about just saying, hey, fuck it, I'm going to do this, that no fucks given DIY, do it yourself mentality, I think that's a great way not only to look at it, but number two, I mean, you put on some doggone good scenes with Jack Slayer and so many different talents. Like, it's wonderful to see. I enjoy what I'm seeing.
Yeah, he's great to work with. Yeah.
And can we just talk about that too? Because I got to say, your films, there's a lot of massages, there's a lot of different types of creativity with it. Because I like the different variety you bring into it.
They like to they love to do the titty well obviously, but they love to do the titty massages and the titty fucking. So that was something I had never done prior to porn. Like actually, you know, done that. So I porn it's been eye opening because like I hadn't done it in my personal life. My personal life sex is very vanilla compared to porn. So, but now porn has changed my personal sex. It's not as vanilla anymore. But yeah, no, he's great. He's probably my favorite person to work with for professional companies so far.
And I
Like,
gotta say, and I'll
great,
put
it's
this in
a
the
great guy.
forefront, like you mentioned here, like you talk about the fact, like, you're expanding your horizons and you're exploring stuff. I think that's what's great about sexuality and sensuality and love and passion in itself. I think what we thought we were into when we were like teenagers, and as we grow and as we adapt with age and become wiser and really explore, I think it's wonderful. And I think it does show, like I mentioned, on screen. But I think if you could take what you've seen on screen into your life and really accumulate and accommodate that within relationships, friendships, etc., with what you want to do from an intimate side side of things. I think it not only is it great to spice things up, but number two, we, like I've said, you need a variety in everything that you do, and that provides a lot of variety.
Yeah. Like I wasn't as a teenager, like I said, it's vanilla. And then like I never did really bondage stuff, but like
Mhm.
since born, like I like the handcuffs and the ankle cuffs and the dog leashes. And so, just little things like that like I bring it into my personal life. It just depends. Some people don't like that shit, but
No, first of all, I agree with you on this from the stance of I think we all have our freak flags that fly, so to speak. I think what's great about the kinks and preferences is everybody's very different. And I think it's great to explore what people are into. Like some people like the handcuffs, some people, like you mentioned, the ball and gag, the dominatrix, the simp, the type of vibes. I mean, Madonna, for God's sake. Like, can we just say, like, Madonna's whole 90s career from the human nature with the
it was
dominatrix?
beyond the matrix. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
like
It
that's
was.
what we've seen, and we're just exploring it too. And it's like, why do people like Britney Spears, "The Baby One More Time," in the Catholic school outfit? There's so many stuff that's out there that people are into.
That song did come out when I was in Catholic school.
Right, exactly. Well, that's what you wanted to be pictured. Britney Spears, "Hit Me, Baby, One
Yeah.
More Time." Yes.
Yeah. Was not allowed to listen to her either. She was provocative. So
Oh, okay. Now
I'm
that's
not.
even worse. See,
I,
that's even worse. Friggin', that's even worse. That you gotta friggin' just Britney just dissipates. Oh my goodness. But no,
yeah.
I feel you. I feel your pain, but I do also like the fact that as well, besides the massages and everything that you bring, I also do like the creativity, not only within your scenes, but with you as a person, just because, again, when you're on camera and you're acting and you're doing what you do and you're just being you, and we talk about the passion and professionalism and love what you do, I'm engulfed, I'm encaptured, and you gravitate me because, again, you're fun with it. I got to say, I love the
Yeah.
funness.
Yeah. My thing is, I try to be the same on set and off set because, like, I don't know how to be a fake individual.
Right.
So for me, it's like when I'm doing the scene acting, yeah, I'm acting, but like on set with the producers, the directors, the talent, I'm the same person as if you were to meet me like on the street in a bar. Like I try to just be that same person because all I know how to do is be 100% and 100% real. So, and like I'm a very fun person, so I try to bring that in my scenes a lot.
Well,
So
let's also put out the marketability factor here with a name like Dreams. I mean, how can you not be the star of everyone's dreams? I mean, back in the day with O-Town, you're the star of our liquid dreams. Like, come on now, man. Like, with a name like that, not only is it marketable, but you live up to the name. Like, we talk about your personality and your bubbliness and your rawness, if you will.
yeah.
I think that's a great name to have. You market yourself with it.
It's funny because when I get on sets and people, how we have to do the bunny ears and all that, people are like, "Wait a minute, that's your real name?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Why would you do that?" Because I don't care. I don't
Right.
care. Like I was like Juliana Dreams. Oh well, we'll just run with it, and I kind of ran with it. I had a hard time finding a porn name, so I was like, let me just use my real name and then figure out something to put after it.
Well, first of all, it's a lovely name. Let's put that out to the forefront here. You're welcome. But also, number two, like it fits and it does fit. You can market that many different ways, like I mentioned, but it's like Mariah Carey in the 90s with ODB. Me and Mariah go back like House of Fire. If you want to be that sweet, sweet fantasy dag on it, you be someone's sweet, sweet fantasy.
Yeah, somebody's dream.
Booyah.
Yeah.
And yes. Now, another thing I also have to put out into fruition here, man, because there's so many different aspects of the adult entertainment industry, and you've seen photos of yourself. I got to say, shout out to AVN Expo and all the fans and the community. That is wonderful to see. Can we touch upon that because it's a fun time?
I did go to AVNs for the first time, and I am a person that I'm very introverted. So for me, I have my little group of friends, and then I'm at home. If I'm not shooting or at the gym, I'm at home. So AVNs is a little overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot, and I only went one day, so I can imagine going all 4 days or 3 days. But I had fun. It was a great experience. I had a couple fans come up, which I didn't think I would have any because I'm still new in the industry. But I did have a couple people come up and say that they really like my content and take pictures and sign printouts that I had. I walked around the booths a couple times. I did go to the awards. So it was a great experience, but it was a little overwhelming, all the people. I was like, I didn't know what to do sometimes. I'm like, there's a lot of people here. And Juliana's not a people person like that. I like to be by myself.
Hey, I can completely understand that. It's like Ricky Bobby when he's getting interviewed winning that first race. I don't know what to do with my
Yeah,
hands.
I was like, the people came up and they're like, "Oh my God, I love you." And I'm like, okay. I don't. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Yeah,
But
it's
no,
been
I
an
can
adjustment for
no, I
sure.
can respect that. One of my dear friends is introverted, so I get it. But no, and I think, well, it's also shocking because, like you mentioned, like someone who's new, like yourself, and again, putting yourself out there, which confidence and everything that goes into. I respect the fact that you do it because it's not an easy job. It's really not. It's
It's not.
not.
It's
I
not.
mean, hours of editing, right, and the putting into the content and what you want to put out there.
That
It's a constant grind.
I tell people, I said if I could do porn back when um, Lacey Duvall and all of them did porn when there was no social media, great. Because like the social media aspect of it is it's a lot for me. Like I said, I'm introverted, so I don't really like to post or anything like that, but I have to because it's my job. So it's like I said, it's been an adjustment. The editing, I try to find people to edit because I suck at it. I'm not a good video editor, so I try to find someone to do it for me. Because if not, I'll spend days trying to edit one video. It's a lot. Like people, a lot of people think like a lot of these younger girls, they come out of high school or they leave their job because they see OnlyFans girls making. They think it's easy. It's not easy. Like you really have to spend time talking to people on OnlyFans and promoting your content, promoting yourself, posting all the time, doing reels, doing skits. It's a lot. Editing, going to events. It's a lot. It's a full time job. Like I spend all day. This is my content room. I spend all day in here. So it's like it's a full time job. It's not easy.
What I love about how you also said that too back in the days with Lucy Duvall, my goodness gracious, you're taking it back. Hello. But it's like I remember like on this show in my first early podcasting career, I had Ginger Lynn on, who's known from like the 80s and stuff. It's like you had scenes where like they were doing like kinky business, which was like the porn version of risky business. Back in the day we had Spider Babe, which was the female porn adaptation of Spider-Man because Tobey Maguire's film was big at the time. Like back in the days when there was no social media starting out, even the early 2000s, like before
Yes.
MySpace and all that, like
Yeah.
put it back in there before.
I love that era of porn.
Me
That
too.
the early 2000s, the mid 2010s. Probably before I graduated 2013. So after that, but I like the early eras of porn. So
I'm right there with you. Like, all right, so I'll date it back for people. So we'll talk about our porn experience and watching porn here. So when I was probably, geez Louise, like 2005, 2006, I was 13 or 14. So right about the time of the hormones changing, folks. They're raging. We're teens. Hello,
I
but
was
like one of the one of the first porn movies I ever saw. There was a site called girlshuntinggirls.com. And this was the back of the days of the websites before X videos and Hex Hamster came into fruition.
yes.
Yes, and like some of the scenes were just like one on one. They picked the girl up, or there would be like three ways. That was my introduction to porn, and then of course Naughty America. But that's how it was back in the days.
What was my introduction to porn? It's funny because it was in seventh grade, so
Okay.
2006, 2000. I don't even know anymore. Seventh grade.
Okay.
I like you said, hormones are changing. But, I'm exploring, and I think it was a lesbian scene. That was my first
Okay.
introduction, because then after that, it was the first time I watched porn. I was like, okay, I watched the lesbian. I got excited, and I was like, maybe you like girls at that young age of like 13. And then ever since then, I was like, yeah, I like women as well. But I think it was a Lacey Duvall and it was one Lacey Duvall scene. But yeah, it was a lesbian. I love her. I used to. She was my favorite. Yeah, her and Misty Stone were my. And it was another late and older. She has big boobs. I can't think of her name.
That could be anyone in his
No, Carmen Hayes.
Carmen. Oh my goodness, Carmen Hayes. Yes.
Yeah, Jayla Fox.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. See, you're
Yeah.
gonna take me back here. I like your style. So probably one
Yeah.
of the first ever Carmen Hayes movies I remember. She did a scene for Naughty America with my first sex teacher. There was a three-way one where she was wearing like this blue tight. It was very nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And she did like a nice lesbian scene where she was like the principal and all that stuff, and she was tutoring the girl. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's my favorite. That's
Yep.
my favorite one. Yeah, she has a lot of good. Her and Misty, they have a lot of great like lesbian scenes. Like a lot. Like I love their stuff a lot.
Oh, agreed. I mean, you could even put Jade.
I
You could put
haven't
like
done one yet.
yeah, you could put like Jada Fire up in there too. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, I love Jada Fire. Yeah, I haven't done a lesbian for mainstream yet, so I'm hoping that comes.
I
So
hope it does come as well, literally and figuratively speaking. I think you will go out there and do your damn thing, man. I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. Now, as far as I'm going to say this first and foremost here, I do have a couple final questions. Gotta say, you are a delight, and I definitely love to have you back on for a round two. It's really been a pleasure having you.
yeah, I would love to
Now,
come.
absolutely. Now, first and foremost, besides the fact that we're touching upon so many great artists, because this is what we mentioned here, the art form that is adult entertainment, content creation, what have you, being someone who's in the industry now, you're constantly learning, the mind still is going, the grind right, the mind right, to quote Ice Cube and Crazy Bone until we rich. I got to ask you, Miss Juliana Dreams, what is some advice you would give to the young ladies on the come up who want to get into the industry, model, what have you? What advice would you give?
Um, it's gonna take time. It doesn't come easy. That was my mistake. I tried to get into it, asked tried to reach out to a couple agencies. Shit didn't go the right way. It takes time and it takes patience. If you're not patient, then don't even attempt. And if you're not like, I wouldn't say nice, but like you like a patience. Like you're talking to men on OnlyFans, they're gonna get on your on your nerves, obviously. But you have to be like, you can't be rude. You can't be abrasive. It's like just a lot of things. Don't do anything that you'll regret later. So like don't do something in the moment and then 6 months down the road it comes out and you regret it and start putting people on blast, things on blast. Just I feel like we live in a society where we're really quick to go blast people on social media. I don't do it, but I see a lot of it. And I want these younger girls to understand that if you're going to do it, be 100% and do it. Don't double back on it later. And like I said, patience is the biggest thing because you're not always going to work. There's a lot of people in this. There's a lot of girls in the industry. A lot. You're not going to be shoot 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 scenes a month. Sometimes you won't work. So then you got to take OnlyFans serious. Your content should be number one. So like OnlyFans, shooting content, your platforms, because like I said, you're not always going to get booked for mainstream. So like I said, patience is the biggest thing I would say. Just be patient and come in with the right mindset. Also,
First of all, beautifully and eloquently said, number one, ma'am. But also, number two, patience is a virtue and professionalism. I like your style, two main key components. All right, I got to add on to your point because this one over here, when talk about social media and putting on blast, we're going to put this out here because we mentioned stuff of watching the adult stars, stuff from the 80s and 90s, the golden age, the early 2000s,
yeah,
etc. Yes. But this one over here also brings up a great point about social media, folks, because there's too many people putting people on blast, number one. But also, number two, it's a plus and a minus because it's a plus because of what we're doing here. We can put this out for people to listen to and maybe get some feedback and whatnot. But also at the same time, it's like, stop fucking doing this. It's too much of this and not enough of this. Everybody's fucking fighting all the time.
It's a lot of that, and I feel like people don't understand when you can put somebody on blast. That's
Right.
fine, but it's like there's a way to go about it. Like I just feel like this generation and the world we live in, everybody's just so quick because social media just so quick to run to social media. Like when I had issues with people back in high school and middle school, I had to go directly to them. Meaning I had to come in your face and say, "Are we good? Do we have an issue? Like this hurt me. You made me mad here." Now it's just boom, Twitter, post it. And then you got everybody's comments who have nothing to do with the situation that start adding fuel to the fire. And then it just blows up. And it's a negative because it's like when people put that out there, it's like I don't care what anybody said. These producers, these companies, these talent, they watch social media. I don't know where people forget that. So if you're constantly in drama, it doesn't look good. Which is why on my Twitter you get my titties and you get sports. Those are the two things you get on my Twitter: titties and sports. That's it. You'll never see me in drama. I don't do it because it's bad for business and it just doesn't look good. So it sucks. Like I wish people could just handle things directly, but I feel like people put people on blast to seek validation from other people. I never feel like it's the issue with the person, but I'm like people want other people to agree with them, and it's like there's two sides to a story. So, you know, it really sucks because I see that shit daily. I don't even be on Twitter like that anymore because I'm like every day I get on there, somebody's just talking shit, outing somebody, doing this, and I'm like, I'll get on there, see it. I'm like, oh, well, we're off of here for the day. Try again tomorrow. because it's toxic.
Can I just say this is probably the first time anybody's combined titties and sports on this show ever? I like your style, number one. But yes, no, I gotta say I've seen your Twitter. There's a lot of
I have a degree in sports journalism, so I really do. Yeah, so I really watch sports. So that's what I'm saying. You'll see titties, and then you'll get a bunch of sports tweets.
That's a hell of a combination there, and also much love to the intelligence side with the sports journalism. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
And also, I'll add on to her point as far as the social media goes. I think, and I'll say this with you, if I'm very much of a person, and I'll put this out there, the term, as we know, folks, is keyboard warriors, because many people are quick to do that and type and just go at people and blast each other. Nobody does like, hey, man, we got a problem. What's going on here? Can we settle this? Can we squash this? Just like not let it go into different heights. But no, we got to friggin' do what we got to do. And I think it's perfect because we mentioned the toxicity of social media. It's like, if I wasn't doing this, I probably wouldn't be on social media. Like, I'll tell a funny story here about social media. When I was a senior in high school, so I graduated in 2010, right? So one of the girls that I was friends with, she was a sophomore and she hung out with our little group. She wanted to friend me on Facebook, and I completely said to her straight doggone into her face, now, I do not have a Facebook. And she looked at me like, you're not on Facebook? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not on social media because there's more to do than social media. Like, go outside, do something. You know what I mean?
That was see, these kids don't even know that was the MySpace era.
Yeah.
And MySpace, we didn't give a fuck about how many followers you had, about how many likes. If you had a cool background, you had some cool music, and you had a cool top friends, and your profile looked good, that was it. And then Facebook came, and then Instagram came, and then Snapchat, and then I wish we could go back to those social media days, honestly.
No, I was right there with you. I remember my MySpace just give me a couple R&B and rap songs were on there, and I had like the top 10. Oh, like where'd it go? Where'd it go?
I loved MySpace. I don't know where it went. I loved MySpace. I used to be on MySpace all the time.
Oh, we're also coming from the days of you and I, ma'am, where we grew up with Napster and everybody just wanted to listen.
LimeWire, they don't.
LimeWire, yeah.
I had to burn. Me and my older brother used to burn CDs for the kids in high school because my brother he used to burn. They don't even know about burning CDs. I got my ringtones off the TV for my phone. So.
Oh my God! So all right. We're going to show it here, folks. We're going to take it back because this one getting her ringtones off the TV. I like your style. So I remember back in the day when you could just go onto the website, right, whatever ringtones.com, and then you get like the 30-second sample, and you pay like $1, and then you get it to your phone.
Jamster was on the TV.
Jamster, yep.
Yeah. Napster, LimeWire, yeah. Those are floppy disks. I had dial-up. My house phone had a cord, like.
Yeah. That's
exactly. I had antenna for TVs. It's not. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, the world is changing.
There was a radio show that said like the millennials are the last generation to grow up without social media, and I'm like, that kind of broke me a little because I'm like, it's very true because the kids nowadays will not understand like not living without social media.
Growing up, my parents used to be like, in the summertime, go outside and don't bring your ass back in this house until the street lights come on.
Yep.
There was no iPad. There was no. I had to watch Disney Channel on Channel 6 on Saturdays only because I had no cable. So now, no generation will grow up without social media after us. We're the last ones.
Yes, we are. But I got to say, we are a great generation because the millennial generation gave us Juliana Dreams over here doing her thing as only as she can do, from the hot and her type of Nelly vibes that she brings within her voluptuosity factor and content. And before we do close this out, first of all, ma'am, definitely going to have you back on around two. Again, much delight and such joy talking to you. Where can we follow you on the Twitter and Instagram front? The floor is yours. Let us know.
Twitter is Juliana DRMZ XXX, and Instagram is Juliana DRMZ __.
Links will be in the description below. Definitely check her out. I gotta say, a lot of beautiful imagery, a lot of, dare I say, bikini wise, that thong to quote some Cisco. You're rocking it. A lot of different variety on it. I like it.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, ma'am. And follow this show, Mike Larkin 92, for On the Mic with Mike, where you can get such interviews as this one you're going to hear in the upcoming weeks with Miss Juliana Dreams and so many different people of all facets of life. And Miss Juliana Dreams, before we close this out, do you have any final words for your fans who have been supporting you thus far within your journey?
Thank you. I appreciate all of you guys because it's been a journey. and I will continue to put out great content for you guys. So I look forward to the future in the adult entertainment industry.
Titties in sports and a doggone cool ass chick is Miss Juliana Dreams. So yes. And as I always say to close out each and every one of these shows, and I mean this from the heart, beauty, strength, and dominance, the three key elements that make women the work of art that they are. In Juliana Dreams, I include you in those sentiments. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, love.
All I know, all I know, get it, 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 hey, get it, get it, get it, hey, get it, get it, get it, get it, yeah, get it, get it. On my soul, ain't no letting up. I know, time to step it up. Go hard, too hard. All I ever know, hand on my heart. When it get dark, stay on my squad. Ain't no fear inside. Might go in attack. Where you from? Refund check. Blow it, get it back. Peeling off. Am I wrong if I say I wanna put my city on? Am I wrong if I say I really did it on my own? Yeah, I get it. 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 Get it.